Welcome back to VchiBanter, a really silly podcast with Buff, Candii, Rose, and Shia. And today we're talking about whatever Shia has decided we're talking about because that's behind the scenes, baby. He is our special boy, does so much hard work to make sure that we have stuff to talk about.
True.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm special talk about things, boy.
Special talk
Oh my
about
gosh.
boy.
Reminds me of that meme that I can't really quote directly, but the like, I go to show my outfit to the blank man, and he says, blank you, and then he shanks me like the, I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's first minute, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first
I
minute we can't
see.
swear.
Tell that joke again in like 5 minutes, and then we should be pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That has been a horrible, like, just like a, mouth vocal stim. Every time someone says something, they're like, "Oh, I'm exhausted." I'll be like, "Says the exhausted man."
Is it just becoming like your new STEM thing?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not
So
I
privy
said
to
this is
whatever you're
episode
talking
4.
about.
Did you say it's episode 4?
I didn't,
Did you?
but it's okay, I'm saying it now.
Episode 4.
Episode 4!
Yay!
That's why I say it during the episode to make sure
Episode
people know.
4.
Okay,
Four.
but vocal
4.
stems, love them.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love those stimmies. Love them.
I love stimming.
I'm not a huge STEM person. I'm gonna be real. I'm not. I don't
Really?
STEM. No.
I was just going to say that I feel like there is a divide within our group of people that are either really down with like stims and somewhat ASMR to varying levels of degrees, to where Buff is like, no stims, no ASMR, get it away from me.
I don't want anybody. None. No. Nothing. Don't stim me at all. I don't want it.
I love stims, and I don't. ASMR is hit and miss for me. Where if it's something intended to be like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" Like all that shit, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. But if it's like sounds, I'm like, oh, this is kind of relaxing. I don't care that much, but it's relaxing.
I think it's interesting that you say that you don't stim, because I think that, what do you think stimming is?
Like, well, there's multiple. So it's like saying one phrase over and over again, and then also like fidget toys, and then also ASMR. That's like I
Biting
guess
your
that's 3
lip,
things.
like picking at your nails, tapping your foot. Like there's lots of different physical things that you can do, which is a form of stimming.
Yeah, but I still don't really
So-
do that. The only thing that sometimes is that, so I've like, sometimes I have acne that really hurts, which is something I'm getting like checked out. But like sometimes I'm like, I have to get rid of it because it fucking hurts. Like, but I don't like stim off of doing that.
Can I disagree with you real quick? Because
Sure.
I know that it started with Shia, but we all absolutely do it, or we did at some point, where we all went, yeah. That is a stim. Doing that for no fucking reason, stimming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
See?
It's, I think
But I
that
see
it's
that.
just-
But I see that as like social cues with each other. Like I feel, like I don't feel like I'm so happy I did that. Like my brain
Well, but
feels
it's-
good that I did that. Like I don't feel that.
Well, that's not, I
Because
think,
that's what stimming is point.
no, it's just, it's just like it's just something that you, it's not conscious usually. It's just something that you do like subconsciously that is like an
Yeah,
action
but it makes your
thing.
body feel good though when you do it, right? Like that's like
No.
what happens, right?
I experienced that too, but I think that there are 2 different types of stimming, where one is like the
There's, like-
neurodivergent type of stimming, but then there's like the cliche like fad type of stimming. I don't really know what to call it aside from
Oh.
that.
Popping, like cracking your knuckles, that's also a stim. Like that technically, but it's like, do you feel
feel like
better
this
after
is
you
like-
crack? But it's, go on.
I feel like this is like just like making things a stim. Like I feel like that's like
Like seeking,
to
go on.
to me, I'm like stimming is like when I think of stimming, I think of like doing an action or like so it satisfies that type of I guess area in your brain, or you get stressed out, so doing a stim helps you not stress out. Where I feel like I don't do that. Like I crack my knuckles because they're tight. Like it's not like I'm like, oh, I need to crack my knuckles to stim and hear it.
But-
like I just
Yeah, but that, I guess like the thing of it is that it's not, to you, the way that you think of stimming is it's like a conscious thing that we're like, oh, like I'm going to do this because it makes me feel better. It's more just like you're doing something that your body is like, your body wants to do something. It's seeking like an output or an input.
It's a
So
compulsion.
you being like, oh, my knuckles feel tight, I'm gonna crack them. You don't have like that. Yeah, that is like, I don't know. It's hard to quantify. Like it's as in, if you don't want to call it that, that's fine. But that technically.
Oh,
is
I don't
that.
care.
Yeah.
It's like how some of our friends go yippee,
Hey,
or I will go like and stuff
Well, I
like
know
that when I'm
you,
by
Stim.
myself.
Well.
Yeah. What?
Well,
What?
yeah.
Okay.
What is it, Shia? Huh?
It's a rose stem.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
I appreciate the rose stems.
pacing.
Mhm.
That's another one. I looked up a
Oh,
list.
I hate it when people pace. That pisses me off. I
Me
hate
too. It
it.
stresses me out.
I hate it so much.
I feel like I'm in
Uh-uh.
trouble when people do that.
Pacing makes me too anxious, and to watch other people pace makes me even more anxious. So
Me
no.
too. Yep.
When I play Path of Exile 2, I constantly am circling the mouse around the person while they're running to make them
I do that too.
Because and I think that's another.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
so
mean I can see that.
fun.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just interesting because again, like hyperactivity, you think like, oh, like you just are really like physically doing a lot, and I'm like, no, it comes out in like weird ways. But yeah, okay, that was an initial segment. Of
Try
us
what
just
is your
talking about
what is
stimming.
your stimming?
My stimming is always drumming or doing something rhythmic, whether it's with my mouth or I'm drumming on something. It's always it's
Humming.
always something that humming, singing as well. Not as much as just kind of like just drumming on something or creating some kind of rhythm. I just instinctively just do it. I don't think about it. It's just kind of ingrained. I think partly just kind of growing up in music and with it, and also it's just I don't know something up there, something up here that I don't know.
Something's
Yeah.
a little
Up my brain.
spicy.
Yeah, I feel bad
maybe.
because I see Shia stim, but like as someone, I have PTSD, so repeated sounds make me really anxious. And so like he'll like be drumming and it's like a repeated sounds like dun 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 dun. And I'm like I'm going to like jump out this car like, and I always feel so bad because I just like
gosh.
I always look at him like
My stims are being held back.
yeah I feel bad, but
you
it literally
you get Shia a bunch of fidget toys, and those probably
I
make
do.
a lot of noise, don't they?
yeah, but that doesn't bother me because the fidget toys have different rhythmic sounds. Like when you use them, it just goes like, but it's not repeated. It's like they just
That
make
makes
noise.
sense.
But when you're repeatedly like doing an action and it's like constant drumming or tapping or something like that, it just there's a what's it called? It's in the same vein as that one thing where you can't stand people eating or chewing.
Misophonia.
Misophonia, yeah.
It's just it's under the same vein. It's the same thing. Where yeah.
I have grabbing out
Oh
of
my God,
Buff's
Candii.
tits. I have a mechanical keyboard keychain that I got, and like when you press the, you can't see it. I'll draw it onto the table, but you can. I do like a rhythm pattern with that, and it's really fun. I like it. You would
I
hate
want
it.
one. What the fuck?
It was like
sounds amazing.
I'll get you one. Don't you worry. It's like
Yeah.
pastel colors. It's really cute.
But see, that's
need it.
that's what
Cottontail
that's like.
had wanted a party, and I was like, I need it.
Oh yeah, that's like the one thing. Like when I think about playing with things or like fidgeting with things. Are you good, Candii?
Why did I
Candy?
stand up? Why am I
Candy,
Are you
just
okay?
stood up. Are you okay?
Is it something I said?
Goodbye.
Candy?
Candii. Candii. Okay, it's not always about you, Candii. Get your picture in the camera.
What did I do? Holy
Candii.
fuck, dude.
Candy.
What is happening?
I don't know if
know.
ratings are that bad that you got to put them right in the
I know.
camera.
We just
Goodness.
did episode 4.
I don't know what happened. I did the normal like reset I did the normal reset. I did like the normal like reset like when your arms
Candy,
when
are
you're
your
sitting and
hips
it,
locked?
yeah.
Your
they
hips aren't locked. I don't
Candy
think they
keeps
are.
them
Coming on to me. What do
I
I
don't think
do?
they are.
Oh, there's no way of
Now they
describing
are.
that. You have to see it. You got to go to a platform where you can see the video of this.
Candii, your pussy.
Candy, we gotta
I gotta
censor
we
that.
gotta censor that. We have to censor
help,
that.
Help!
Candii, your pussy is out.
I hate this podcast. I hate it here.
Candy.
Am I okay? Am I okay? Am I
I
okay?
think
That's a loaded
Sit.
question.
Yeah, you being okay is a loaded question. Holy shit, I don't even remember what I was talking about.
I don't know.
I was gonna say
Keyboards.
when it comes to like physical stimming, like that makes sense to me, but I don't do that, so I don't know. I'm like if there was a scale of stimming between us, I'm at the bottom. I'm the person that doesn't stim,
It's the
and if
only
I
time
do,
you're
it's
at the
only
bottom.
and if I do, it's because my friends are doing it, and I just think it's fun to repeat
Yeah.
what my friends
That's
are doing.
called echolalia, which is also a stim.
Can't get away from the stimming. You're always going to be
No.
a stimmer in
Everyone's
some way.
You're
stimming.
stimming.
Everyone's
No, I definitely
stimming.
do think I stim. I just don't think I'm like.
I think well
Right.
that's
Like
that's
you
the thing.
guys.
I think everybody does. Like I think to some degree, but it's when it becomes like when it starts to affect your day-to-day life, like Shia getting told off for making noises. Like that you know.
Okay, well, I don't tell him that off. Okay, I just sometimes. Can we just censor Katie this whole episode? Because Katie's just a fucking mess.
Katie, what is going on?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Ah,
if you want to
shucks.
see all these silly things and more, be sure to check out our Fansly page. The VchiBan Fansly page has about a lot of behind the scenes silly mess ups, like what was kind of happening here.
What, Katie? What?
I was
Even
wait,
more.
You have to
No,
tell
I was
me
gonna
now.
say I was before I was recalibrating when there was on they would talk, but it doesn't. I tried to. I was honoring it. I promise. Please don't fire me.
Fire you.
Strike two, Candii. Strike two.
Strike
in
two,
VchiBan.
Candy.
What other purple
Only 4
colored
episodes.
VTuber do you know that's Australian? I'm gonna add as a caveat because it's probably purple.
Well,
Oh,
Not
this is
None of them that
English.
are my best friends.
True.
I'm good
Yeah.
content.
let's.
You're very good
speaking.
content.
Speaking of content, let's talk about something that we all do, which is streaming. That's
Your
something that
mom.
we do on. Let's talk about something we all do, Candii, which is streaming.
I love streaming.
No, you gotta wait. The other
my
two
job.
have not recovered. I'm stunned, but the other two are.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Oh.
I'm chilling. Anyway, wow. What were you saying, Shia?
Never have I ever thought Kenny would do a your mom joke on Shia. That is like.
I never do it.
Well, I just like know Shia's mom, so like I just always feel like it's off
very
limits.
Nice.
She is very nice.
She's very nice. My mom is very
unlike
nice.
mine.
Yeah, I know
But-
she is because I
oh.
did her.
Oh, Candii. Oh, Candii.
What's
you
going on
sly
here?
dog.
Cut to like a behind the scenes edited where I actually call up my mom and have you talk to her live.
Oh my god, you'd be so
God.
nice to her. You'd be
Parent
like,
cameo
"Oh."
episode.
Aw.
That
I
would
can't
be
participate.
dangerous.
Oh,
No, you
I
can
was
have
gonna
your-
say
you-
most of us
your
would
grandma.
probably have. Oh,
Yeah, I guess I could call my grandma.
she might
My
be
mom-
confused about. the
Yeah,
loss.
I don't know if my grandma knows what I do.
My mom watched the first episode of our podcast and told me she thought it was cute. And when she was in chat, when she was watching it, she said, "I broke a bed once, keck W." And I was like, "Why are you saying this in the
Well, your mom is
VchiBan
more,
chat?"
you know, your mom's more aware of what we do then. So
Yeah,
Your mom's
Yeah.
spicy.
yeah.
she's too
That's my
spicy
mom.
sometimes.
She's willing to jump in on the fun, and it's cute.
It is
Yeah.
cute, but girl needs to calm down sometimes.
To you, yeah. To you, sometimes you're like, Mom, stop saying
Mom,
that.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
So streaming, what about it?
In regards to streaming, I mean, there's so many things that we could talk about with it. Like, is there something you guys want to say out loud?
No, Candy's hair.
I
is
hear
going
some
in my
whispering
boob.
over there. You can't
Candy's
whisper
hair is
while
in my
someone's
mouth.
talking on a podcast. What
Sorry.
do you
Candy's throwing their hair in my mouth.
What,
No, I didn't.
Candy?
Are we gonna need to just separate you two?
No.
Are you gonna behave then?
Candy, what are you doing?
For all of our
Yes.
audio listeners, Candy
My
is leaning
trackers are
back,
just
and
not
all
having
I
it today.
see is Candy's giant wrath.
Yeah, Candy's just we're gonna name this episode Candy Breaks Down.
Candy's
Yeah,
giant
Candy's
rat.
meltdown.
It's
That's what we
literally.
call
I
it.
just.
Candy's
I keep.
Breakdown.
I calibrated and then my boobs just went super forward and up in the air. And then you guys were like, "Hey, Kenny, what do you think about this?" And I'm just like,
Oh my
like my
god.
arms are busted. I don't know what's happening. Anyway,
I don't know.
Candy, move back a little bit. You're too far forward. Candy, Wait, you're just
We're
putting
doing
yourself
great
back.
over
You
here,
just-
Shia.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
I
We're
think we're
doing
doing good
great.
over on this
You
end
guys
of the
are good
table.
over there.
I'm surprised we only got to episode 4 before we lost it all.
Oh my god. So wait, okay, back to what we were saying. So streaming. You were talking
Streaming.
about streaming.
Yes.
I mean,
What about it?
there's numerous stories, but I'm sure some of you guys have some weird first interactions. Have you ever had anyone coming in and just being like, absolutely like off the rocker, or
Rose has
just
her hand
something
up.
weird? We're all products of the internet. We've seen so many weird things. What comes to mind? Rose.
The other
What
day,
is it?
somebody came in and they had followed me for like 2 years and never spoke in my chat. And then the first thing they said was, "Stop using that voice. It's giving me a boner."
What?
That was their first message?
But they
two
followed you
years.
for 2 years.
Yes.
They
Okay.
finally got the confidence to let you know that they were rock hard.
I know. I was
Whoa.
just like, all right, damn, chill.
That's crazy.
Dang.
And I was like, why did you say that? And he's like, I don't know. It just happened. It just came out of me. I just couldn't help it.
What? Okay, but you sat there for 2 years.
He was gooning for a long time.
I
That's
want to say his
crazy.
watch time.
I wonder what his watch
Like
time
following
is.
versus like watch time, you know? Yeah.
True. That's true. I wonder if his watch time is like the entire day, or is it like only the goon sesh and that's it?
If it's the goon sesh, he has like 3 points. Let's be real.
Okay. Anyone else have anything weird?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I have like 2 stories, but I don't know which one to tell.
Go ahead, tell
Tell them both.
Okay, Apple King 49. What a guy.
Whoa.
I remember
You
it like it
remember
was
their
yesterday. Oh yes. They came in and they just said like penis, and then they said something else, like they said like
Okay.
fucker, and then like but
So
both
normal.
times I was like, okay, all right, like haha, because I think they were expecting to get banned, so they sent a message, and then they sent like 2 or 3 more messages, and every time they send a message, I'd be like, oh, you're gonna have to try harder than that, like come on, man, like. Okay, you're saying like words, haha, whatever. They go silent for like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, like Apple King, whatever, 49. He's like taking his time, like what's going on over there? And he comes back with like the most grotesque, involved message with like bestiality and a bunch of other stuff involved of like what he would do and like a bunch of like legal stuff. And it was this like long paragraph, and I was like, whoa, it took you like 5 minutes to write that, and then he got mad at me, and then I banned him. But it was really funny because he just kept trying to get banned, and I just kept not banning. I had to ban him after that, but it was just so funny, like
Wow.
watching him try to push boundaries to get banned, because I just think I don't know,
Wow.
I just thought it was funny. I was watching a fish like flop on the deck. He was getting so mad. He was like, "Oh yeah, you think you're better than me?" Like it was so funny.
I can be really vile and disgusting. Watch.
Yeah,
Watch,
that
I can
was
do
like-
it.
that
what
was
are you
the
gonna do?
energy.
Ban me?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Oh, I do have another one that I thought of that is
Yeah.
way. I'm pretty sure I told all of
We
you
could-
about this one.
Buff could do one, and then we could go
Yeah,
on, like, a
yeah.
little-
We'll
and then
circle back.
do a
We'll circle back.
yeah.
It'll take a
So-
while when I do
Oh,
mine,
I
but-
don't. I'm pretty lenient with my chat, and I honestly have very bad memory issues. So I don't really remember a lot. I just remember that when I first started streaming, I did webcam, and I just remember that when I only had like 3 people in my channel at the time. This was like 4 or 5 years ago when I first started. And someone came in and they were like, "Oh, pretty girl, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass," and I was like, "Okay, that's enough webcam." And then I
And
became a
she
VTuber.
never- She never webcammed again.
No, after that I was just like, that's weird, because like to me, if you're gonna say anything about my VTuber self, like I don't give a fuck. Like it's just like there's a separation. It's still me technically, and I'm still me. But you being like, yeah, Buff's model is really hot. I'm like, yeah, I made them hot. Duh. Like that's why they're hot. Like because it's everything that I like. So yeah, duh. But if you're like
Yeah.
saying it about me, it makes me uncomfy. Like I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. So that's the only like weird. Other than that though, my chat is pretty. They're just a bunch of weird guys. They just bounce around, bark, and have a good time. So I don't. Other than that, anything that's weird or said, we make fun of them and then they leave. So
Oh yeah, I don't usually ban them right away. I usually just toy with them until I'm bored, and then a mod bans them.
yeah. What you gonna say, Rose? Your turn.
Well, Shia, right?
Yeah, Shia.
I don't have a lot of weird first interactions because like Buff, I'm really lenient with people that come in, and just because I'm male presenting, people usually just come in and go, "Oh, you're gay." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but that doesn't affect me." So I don't know.
I know one of you, Shia.
What?
there was this one, I think about the one where it was just one person that was in your chat for like a really long time, like 2 or 3 years, and they were super normal, and then one day they just became a fucking asshole and then just started like saying stuff to you that was like really out of pocket, and you had to ban them. And it was like, what happened? Like, did you have a psychotic break? Like, what happened?
I don't know what that happened. That usually throws me off pretty hard, despite trying to kind of hold things together while you're live in the moment. That's happened like 2 or 3 times, unfortunately. There was one time we were just watching TikToks on stream, and I showed one, and then some person who's been around for months, a year, 2, had hundreds of messages sent in the past and present, and just sends this huge paragraph of just saying, I can't believe that you think about French people this way. I'm a French Canadian and you can't be talking about this way. And I sat there. This was also like 20 minutes after what they were referencing was done. It was a TikTok about Remy from Ratatouille, by the way. It wasn't anything offensive. It was just a TikTok of Remy. And I sat there and I'm like, wait, you're serious? What are you talking about? They got so angry and then just kind of went completely off the rails, and then started being incredibly like malicious and tried to do additional things and like in other like platforms. But it was just like, what happened? Hello? I showed one TikTok of a funny little animated rat. Wasn't even offensive. I think it was him getting pregnant in the TikTok. Okay, so but like it had nothing to do specifically against French people or anything like that. That's why I sat there for a while. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What's going on? And it throws me off so much because when I look back through the history of their chat being in the stream for so long, I'm like, you were relatively normal for this like entire duration. And what happened?
What the fuck?
It's always weird when that stuff happens. I feel like that's definitely happened to me a couple times where I've seen people just go off the rails for no particular reason, and it's always confusing because in my mind I'm always thinking, oh well, they're having like a rough day or whatever. But me, I've never had a rough day to the point where I've just lost it in someone's chat. Never have I ever.
Never.
And I don't plan to ever. Like, but
you need to get
I
a grip on your emotions
chat.
if you're doing that.
That's just because I'm funny.
okay, wait, 3 people said something.
Yeah.
So what'd you say?
I was saying, if you have that much of a response, maybe you need to reel yourself back and like get some fucking help because you don't have any self control.
Yeah. What would you say, Candii?
I said that I usually derail chat because I'm so funny.
Oh,
True.
True. Yeah, I just can't imagine. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I never would, and I never will, losing it in someone else's chat. It's like I imagine someone's chat as a streamer is that we're at a dinner party. I'm invited to your dinner party. I'm coming to hang out with you guys, and we're going to talk about what's at the dinner. Like, if you are talking about your favorite color of napkins, that's what we're talking about. So that's what I imagine it.
God, that just reminds me of a pet peeve that I have, which feels kind of mean, but like I don't know. I get stressed out when people come in and they just ask continuous questions, but they'll be like, "What's your favorite color? What's your favorite anime? What's your favorite cartoon? What's your favorite like blah blah blah?" Like they'll just like pepper you with, and there's like no real response to what you say. They'll just keep prompting you with questions, and you're like, I don't know, man. It throws me off. It stresses me out. It's such like a petty like pet peeve that I have.
That reminds me of when we were in the car with C-Dog VA, aka Connor, and we were all, it was like we were going to Disney.
You and I,
and we kept turning around and being like, what's your star sign? What color do you like?
What year were you born?
I was sitting in the back seat with him, and you guys were right there in the middle. You kept turning around just like, so what's your favorite color? And what do you think your spirit animal is? Connor, how long do you think it would take for you to eat 2 hot dogs? Like, I was just like...
Well, nobody was saying anything, and then I was just like, I know all these questions about you guys because I've talked to you guys all the time, but like Connor, I talked to like maybe once a month or something like that. So
it was
like
8
it was
a.m.
like
before coffee.
Yeah, that's true. So I was just like, well, I don't know all these answers. Like, let me just ask.
Doing that 8 a.m. before coffee's fucked up.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up.
It was. It was pretty
God.
weird. I played The Sims one time on stream and named a character after, I was making a whole family, and I made one named after one character after like a guy in chat, and I didn't really like them, and I needed to make a new person, and I didn't have any more Sims to make, so I killed off his character. Then he sent me death threats and proceeded to ramp that up for quite some time afterwards. I've seen him like 3 or 4 times since he's done that years ago. He hasn't killed me yet, but
Don't say that.
But-
What the fuck?
but then like shortly after that, someone was just like, "Oh yeah, that dude? Yeah, I heard he pushed his grandmother down the stairs, so you don't have to worry about him."
Oh my god.
So this is like
Did you not hear that?
this is like a normal occurrence.
We
for
just
this
saw him like 2
person?
weeks ago. I'm not even joking.
What? I saw
He
him.
passed directly in front of me, and I leaned over to my friend who was right here. I was just like, "You want to hear a funny story about that guy that just passed in front of us?" I did that at TwitchCon too. I was walking with someone, and I was just like, "You want to hear a funny story about that guy right there?"
The fact that we see him is insane.
Yeah,
But
more times than I thought that I would after someone gave me a threat
Better
like that.
hope you don't see them on stairs. Jesus.
Yeah, I gotta be
Or
careful.
be
at the top of
old.
stairs.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
over Sims.
That's
crazy.
insane.
It wasn't even malicious. It was just like me internally. I was just like, I'm gonna get rid of them. Haha, oh, funny joke, and we'll swap in someone else.
Well,
and
also,
then
I think
it just got really serious.
I think that you also were naming people out, like it was chat integrated or something like that. Remember, like if I remember correctly, like you were adding people
Yeah, I
in the
was
game.
naming people in,
Yeah.
in game after people in chat.
That's so wild.
That's fine. I love being on the internet.
Yeah.
The internet's great.
The internet is
Dude,
so
the fact that you were
internet
like,
is
oh yeah, we've
great.
seen him is like so wild to me, because I imagine when people do things in chat that they just assume that you're never gonna see them, or like it's just they're anonymous or whatever. But like
just
the fact
saw
that
him
you
2 weeks ago.
yeah, that
Well, if he's gonna kill Shy,
actually-
he has to see him in person.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god! Don't say that.
Stop.
Dude, that reminds me of
Stop
when.
it.
So our friend Boo and Basil just recently moved around our area, and the first thing that Basil said was literally like, "Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited to be in murdering distance of you guys." And we were like, and he said this on stream, and we were like, "Basil, what are you talking about?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I just feel like Buffalo will just come to my house and kill me one day." And I'm like, "Why would you say that?"
If anything, you're gonna
What
watch
are
him
you talking
shit.
about? Why would you say that? First of all, I wouldn't, and second of all, what the fuck?
Jesus.
I think he was just like nervous. I don't know. He was like talking about the move, and then he was just like talking about us being near each other, and he was like, "Yeah, we're in murdering distance of each other." And I'm like, "Okay,
Yes,
well, I was
no
gonna
I
say
think Basil's
I was
just a
just-
himbo. I think he just doesn't.
Yeah, Basil is a himbo. Well, I see. My first thought was like, "Oh my god, like I can drive to you and we can go get food now." You know, like that was my thing. But Basil was like, "No, we can kill each other."
I want to go to Target with you guys.
Target.
That's the
Yeah.
American experience.
Just
going
like
to Target.
domestic stuff, like grocery shopping, or being like, oh, let's go do like an errand together. I miss
Let's go
having
check
Yeah.
out the seasonal section.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that all the time. I always
It
go to
is
Target
fun.
and check out the seasonal stuff, like when fall happens or Christmas.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Oh my god, I would love to have someone near me to be like, "You want to just go to Target with me?"
I would
Because
love that.
I want to do that all the time.
You
I
want to
love
do
that
that?
shit.
I love doing that shit all the time. I do it all the time. I coerce Shia into doing it, but he's like, "Oh, I gotta stay home and figure out what game I gotta play for stream." And I'm like, "Well, I want to go to
I'll
Target."
do
Well,
it.
because
So-
Shia's played every fucking game ever. Like, if you're like,
Yeah,
I do play a lot of games.
he's like, oh, I don't know what to play. And I'll be like, oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? And he'll be like, oh, yeah, I've already played that. I played that last week. Oh,
Yeah,
that was all right.
he
And I'm
spends like 3 hours trying to find a game to play on stream every night. So
I just plan ahead, and then I make thumbnails, and I just want to. I thrive on being prepared for everything, even if it's a hodgepodge of things of like obscurity. You know,
Rose wanted to say
Yeah.
something too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Rose,
I was
Rose
just gonna
wanted
say,
to
I want to go to Target with you. I didn't know you wanted to.
oh yeah, I love doing that shit.
Just
We can go
tell me
Target
you
sometime.
want to go, and then just come over. We'll go Target.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm down. But we have to wait
Yeah.
until Candii gets here. We have to do it when Candii gets here.
Yeah.
No, you guys can go
Yeah.
without me. It's fine.
No,
I'll
we
just
have
be
to
in the
wait for you.
window.
We're not allowed to go to
No.
Target
Just be in
legally
the
until
window.
you're here.
No, I'm just gonna course chart into Target. Well, also the holidays are kind of over, so I don't really go there that often. But maybe when summer stuff comes out, maybe I'll
The
be like,
holidays are
"Ooh."
over?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like Halloween is over?
Well, Halloween and like Christmas is about to happen, so like
all the
whatever.
fun ones.
All the
are.
fun ones are done.
Yeah.
So everything else kind of just blows caca.
Yeah.
I don't really care about.
No.
all
I
the
like
holidays.
Valentine's Day because I like color red.
Yeah,
but,
and
like,
also there's so much
Valentine's-
cute stuff.
Yeah, but Valentine's Day in America is kind of like so corporate. Like it's just like here's the same thing over and over again, and it's $20.
All
Like
of Valentine's Day is.
what?
It's the same thing as
No,
diamonds. It's all just capitalism.
Yeah. It's just very like not thought out. I don't know.
If you love someone, just give them random gifts when you fucking feel like it.
True. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
I have a
agree.
second story for the
Give
message
it.
thing.
I want to hear it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because I just was sitting here and stewing on it this whole time. I had somebody come in and they were like, "Hey, is it okay to role play in your chat?" And I was like, "No, like I don't really encourage role play." Do you remember the story, Rose? No, baby. Okay.
Is this after? Well, question: is this after you were doing GTA roleplay, or is this just random?
I was playing Minecraft.
Okay.
Actually, both times with Minecraft, I was playing Minecraft. But
Makes
no,
sense.
so they
Kids.
just came in. They were like, their name was like Sasuke 27 or something like that. Like it was like some just like weeby name.
Okay.
And so they were like, "Oh, okay. Like if I can't roleplay, that's fine." And then they were in chat for like an hour or two, and they're just like a regular chat, like, "Oh, I like this aspect of the game," or like, "Oh, I found iron, haha," like, or "Oh, I remember when I," whatever. They're just like talking, like they're just regular chat, blah blah. And then after like 2 hours, they were like, "Did you notice I was roleplaying this whole time as my OC?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you said I couldn't roleplay, but actually this whole time I was roleplaying as this character that I have." And I was like,
Okay.
"You just what?" And then I banned them because I was like, I don't like that subterfuge. But yeah, like they were like, "Yeah, I was just pretending to be like I was pretending to." I don't know, man. It was so confusing.
I was being Sasuke, and you didn't even realize.
Like someone like it was basically that. I was like role playing as like a normal guy, normal chat member. But I don't know what the hell to do with that. That was like that left an impression on me because I was like, it's like someone being like, "Oh, you asked for tap water, but I gave you bottled water." Haha. Like it's like that level of like, well, you still gave me water. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Like so
That's
strange.
so weird.
I just imagining that's a person out in the world sitting at their computer typing or like on their phone or whatever. Like just what is their life like? What are they as a person?
They
I don't
roleplay.
know.
Oh yeah,
They-
they roleplay. They probably love D&D and stuff too.
Yeah, they're probably the type of person that goes like they're like eating cereal and they're like, "You didn't realize that I put the cereal in before the milk."
Oh, I also
You
had a
know what?
cereal one as well, but
They
was
are absolutely like Light Yagami in that one memeable like clip where it's like, "I'll take a potato chip and eat it." That's the same energy.
yeah, like
Same energy.
their idea of role play is being a regular dude in chat.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
okay.
the one I was
That's
thinking
crazy.
about before. There was this guy, and I think I've told you guys about this, but I haven't talked about it in a while, so I'm still going to tell it. There was this person who would come into my chat, and they went into other people's chats too. But in my chat, they would go, "Can you draw Rose Doodle babysitting Togepi on the beach?"
Oh, I remember this.
And I was like, "What?" And then they would do that in other people's chats, and my friends would tell me about it. Like, all of us know an artist, Lynn Mamechi. They would go into her chat and ask this shit all the time. And she was like, "No." And then the other thing the same person would do would be like ask weird ass hypotheticals like, "Would you rather go to Chuck E. Cheese with Hatsune Miku or Freddy Fazbear? Would you rather be a Nintendog or would you rather hang out with Batman after school?" Like all sorts of like, yeah.
Freddy Fazbear, Batman.
Miku, Batman. Yeah.
Okay.
But didn't Lynn draw the picture though? Like
Yes,
eventually?
in fact, she did. So she did a charity stream, and because this guy had been around so much asking this, like for months, she made it one of the incentives for the charity stream, and they hit it. And so she drew it, and at that point, he had been long banned from all of our channels and never saw it. Until I did on Ban Court one day, like 6 to 12 months later, where he got unbanned because chat voted for him to be unbanned because they thought he was funny. And then he immediately went back to his antics, but in a very attention whorish kind of way, not like a I'm back and hee kind of way. And then got banned again and didn't even get a chance to see the drawing. Oops.
Ooh.
Oh, that sucks. You didn't even get to see the drawing. The whole thing you wanted. You wanted that whole thing.
He also would ask me every single day if I would add him on Discord so that he could live stream Spore to me.
Oh, is this
and
the
just
Spore
let
guy? The
me-
one
Yes,
who
this is the Spore guy. Yes.
Right, I was going to ask
And
about that.
then-
'cause I was-
He sent me a whisper on Twitch with his DeviantArt account where he posted fan fictions, sketches, and screenshots of all his Spore monsters. And was like, "This is my DeviantArt. Please check it out. Add me on Discord. I want to stream Spore." And I was like, "I don't know you, bro." I just
Damn.
ignored it, but I was
Whoa.
like, "What the fuck?"
I wish I was into a game like that. I really need a woman to watch me play this game.
Like the
There's
Wonder
services
Bread
for
guy.
that, like that.
Actually, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
if
you
give
can
me
hire
like
people.
$50, I'll do it.
50
I'll
only
watch you.
$50.
For how long?
You're worth more than that, Shia. $50
$50, $50.
to watch someone play a
For
game for like
$50,
3 hours? Are you kidding me?
For
I'll
3
watch you play
hours.
games.
That's like less than people that make at
I'll watch you play
McDonald's.
games.
How
Look,
much would
they're
you
trying
charge?
For if you wanted me to watch you play a game for 3 hours,
Yeah.
3 hours.
At least $1,000, at least.
$1,000.
Because I'm sorry, like I got shit to do. Like if you want me to sit there and do nothing and watch you play a video game for 3 hours, it's wasting valuable time to me.
So
I
for
mean, I'll charge you more
$1,000,
than
I can make you
1,000.
watch me play Path of Exile.
Well, you are different. You're my friend. I would watch you play anything. I'm talking about
Wait,
like
but you were
some
saying with
rando.
Shia that wait, you what? Hold up.
No, Shia said that he would ask some like
Oh.
if someone asked him, it would only be $50. And I was like, what the fuck? Like
I thought we were talking about like you and Shia, and I was like,
no, that'd be
Like-
free. I'll just watch him play games.
Guys, hit me up $50. I'll watch you play games.
Come on, friend,
Me
give me
up.
$50.
$50.
$50,
Come on.
$50.
just give me $50.
Just give me $50. It's okay.
Oh, actually, I have a random. I don't know if this is something we can talk about on the podcast, but I will anyway. It's nothing bad. But like guests, because I was just thinking about Boone because of the $5 thing. Like, give me $5.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I
the
talked
idea
about it on
of-
stream. I want to have
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah. I think
We'll
that'd be
have guests in the
fun.
future. It's just because we're a very technical podcast, just with the way that we're set up, that we'll want to integrate it in a fun way. We've talked about it before, and we'll figure something out. But you could probably expect us bringing on some of our friends that. I know it's going to be a hot mess. There's already
yeah.
four of us. Adding a fifth person, and even you mentioned Boone, and I just already I just could see it being a burning garbage fire, but in like a good way.
Do you know what
it'll
I
be
think would be
fun.
really fun? Is that because we have full body tracking, as you can see, Candii. You know, what do you think of that?
Oh yeah,
like
check
that?
that out, Candy.
Damn,
You like
them
that, Candii?
dogs.
Do you like it when I?
Are we all
Rose,
doing
can
this now?
Rose,
Check this out.
can you smell that?
Oh, my foot's out still.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just saying that, like, I think it'd be really funny. Hold these, Candii. I think it would be really funny, okay, if, let me grab my mic. If we were sitting all on the ground, okay, and then let's say we had the fifth person just like in the middle of us, and we were like all like sitting down and like talking to them and being like
Like a bunch of people talking to a dog at a party.
yeah, like just like in the
Girl,
in like
get
a
your
little,
dogs out of my face.
You don't like them?
It's tickling. It's tickling. Stop it.
Yeah,
That's
Candy,
true.
you gotta keep those
I
ankles
can, though.
planted. You gotta be careful.
Keep it there. That's fine.
This is
These are my
That's fine.
toes.
Those are your
me.
toes.
okay.
Look
All
at my
right.
toes. Do you like that? For visual watchers.
Right.
Yeah, visual watchers just got free dogs out.
Free dogs. It's true. I do got the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I would like to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsor, Fansly, who is the home to so many things from VTubers' hips, thighs, other parts that I can't say due to monetization, but you can check it out through the link. Their For You page is designed to learn exactly what you like and show you more of just that and probably more things. Maybe I provide that. I don't know. You can find your favorite VTubers already on Fansly, such as all of VchiBan, as well as some of our friends. And they all have pages, and there's Twitch integration, and there's like other stuff. So like, what are you waiting for? If you want to check it out, you can. Yeah. And don't forget to use the link fansly.com/VTuber, and that's going to show you, I don't want to spoil it, but she might be VTubers. Is this a good ad? I don't know.
Going back to the Twitch thing, I had someone come into my chat before and just say, "Hey, is it cool? So I just joined your Discord. Is it cool if I just post murrsuit pictures there?"
Whoa.
Murrsuit.
What's
Like,
that?
You don't know what that is?
Well, she's the only non-furry of the group, so she wouldn't
True.
know.
Right. So, there are fursuits,
It's the one with,
SPHs,
huh?
specially placed holes.
Yes. One of our friends showed me those.
Man.
Right.
Yes.
So just
Wait,
having
he
someone
did?
come in to be like,
Yeah,
I don't
she
know who
were
you are,
there.
but do you mind if I just go ahead and post some nudes in your Discord? It's like wild to me. Like, is that chill?
Yeah.
Where do I do that? Like, what channel is that? It's
what
like,
if I just post
dude, I
my
don't
fat
know
cock?
you guys
don't
want to
mind.
see? You want it just real quick? Like that to me is wild. I think that there's one way of going about things of advertising like your adult content, but there's another one of just it's giving whorish to just come up and just be like, hey guys, here it is. Whether you want to see it or not
whorish.
is like, mm-mm.
Well, I also
Can we
find
be
it really
clear,
interesting
this
too.
whore derogatory, not affectionate.
Yeah,
Continue.
it also, but I also find it funny though is that like it's not like if that was your type of content, like let's say that I don't know, you were doing that all the time, like it would make sense to me, but like you're like a streamer. Like you're like, I played a FNAF game and then someone's like, can I just show my dick?
Yeah, no, I wasn't on webcam in my murrsuit jorking it, so and encouraging people to come in and be like, hey guys, let's see you jorking it in your murrsuits. No, I think I was probably just playing like Cult of the Lamb or who knows. Like I was just playing a video game, like just hold up, what?
Was it during the sex update? Because maybe that's why.
Oh.
I like fursuits, but I feel like murrsuits give me uncanny valley in a way. Like the physicality of someone's like little pee-pee poking out, it just looks so dumb to me.
It is true. When you have, and even on the other side of it, where it's just like you have fur, like this like sexy looking,
Pussy
and then
hole.
it's just like bare ass.
It just,
like, where'd that come from?
It kind of reminds me of those outfits where the people have like the anime girl heads, but nothing else is like the anime style. It's just like their body. It's like that, but a furry version.
There has to be a name for that because even though it is a niche thing where it's just kind of like a skin tight suit that covers from head to toe of just like a certain like skin tone, and then that matches like the like you said, like a giant anime like plastic face.
Their
to
closest
it.
name is Zentai suit.
There is a term for it, but it's like escaping my brain. There is a name for it.
Yeah, there is a
It's
term.
Huh.
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I feel like we talked about.
You look it up, aren't you?
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about streaming in all of its glory.
Buff doesn't want to talk about it anymore.
I'm over
It's
it.
okay. It's fine.
I do it every day.
You don't have to talk about it.
Buff,
Oh,
did you-
Kigurumi. Anime gal Kigurumi.
Kigurumi is literally like a
Anime
They're
gal
like the
Kigurumi.
onesies.
no. That's like a one piece onesie.
I'm looking at it. No, yeah, but that's part of it.
You know what? I
Anime
actually
gal
believe Candii because I
Kigurumi.
thought that that's what it was called, but I was like, it's not the same kind of Kigurumi as the PJs. It's two different types,
Oh,
but the same
I
word.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate language.
I think Kigurumi is the
too.
like most performers refer to this kind of cosplay as Kigurumi instead of anime gal because of the anime face.
guys, leave
Because
a
of the-
comment down below for which Wikipedia page you want Candii to read out on the next episode of the podcast.
I just
Episode
like
4,
I think
baby.
it's educational. We get better ad revenue this way.
What, for being educational?
Yeah, if you're like
yeah.
a money finance, so like if you run like a finance advice channel, you get better ads than a game channel.
Ain't no fucking way we're educational. There ain't no way. I ain't. I
One
ain't
plus
learned
one
shit.
is two. One plus that's about it.
1, 2.
No one's gonna like this. I still think it's cool. 2% of 50 is the same as 50% of 2.
Don't.
Can you just shut the fuck
2%
up?
of
38.
50.
38% of 25 is the same
2%.
as 25% of 38.
You're gonna make Rose break down, okay? We're gonna have 2 people breaking down on this podcast. It's gonna be you and Rose, and look at she's trying to do
No,
math.
that makes sense.
No,
Yep.
don't.
No,
No,
I
it
think-
doesn't.
No,
You
it
just
doesn't.
got gaslit.
No, it's true.
Not the first time.
You take any percentage and then you take a percentage and a number and it's always the same. I'll flipped.
Did
Educational
you know
content.
that the sky actually isn't blue in winter?
Why?
Gaslit.
Oh,
Done. You
It's
believe
still
me.
blue.
No, I didn't. I was gonna say that actually the sky isn't a color at all. That's just light refraction through air particles.
Candii, you're
Okay.
doing that thing.
being a scientist.
I was thinking
Smart.
it's okay.
smart.
Teacher, actually.
Dude, that's my
Bullshit.
favorite.
That
What's
is
the
talked
first
about
way to
that
get rid of
before.
vodka? I'll set it on fire.
Yeah.
Candii.
That was the-
Yeah, that's how it is.
So, down the line, what did you want to be when you grew up, Buff?
What did I want? I wanted to be a tattoo artist or a concept artist. Those
That's
are my 2.
cool. I mean, you still could be.
Yeah, no, I was too poor. I was too poor when I grew up, and then I couldn't go to college, and all my friends went to RISD, which is like a really huge college in Mass. It's
To
one of the-
RISD?
It's called RISD.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
RISD.
it's a
RISD's
big
nuts.
school. I wish it's a big school that actually held South Park and Garfield. 2 really big like artists. And all my friends went
cool.
to it, and I couldn't go because
What
I
the
just
fuck?
so I lost all my friends to college.
You have us now.
Yeah, now I have you guys, but yeah, that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. But I
I
was too
wouldn't
poor.
be too worried about not going to RISD because I mean, I don't want to speak ill, but I just remember hearing stuff about it.
It's not what the older I get, the more I've noticed / learned that college isn't really great, and it's not really a fun and beneficial thing to do, at least in America. Because
no.
It's
most
good
of the
for
time you
networking.
just Well, most of the time you just drink all the entire time, and then you go into debt, and then that's all you do, and
what I
nobody
did.
ever uses. Yeah, and no one ever uses their fucking degrees. So it's kind of like, what's the point?
I'm using my
used
degree.
I was gonna say I used my degree, but I could have saved a hell of a lot of money if
Yeah.
I had just known the 2/3 programs they were going to show me. I could have learned that on my own and saved tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I will say though that I believe that the people that went to RISD are still freelancing. So I don't.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Because to me, I'm like, okay, you went to college and then are still freelancing, but I didn't go to college and I freelanced by myself for a long time, and it was fine. So I don't know. It
was
very
the same
interesting
for me because I have a fine arts degree. So I did commissions and stuff too for forever until streaming just kind of worked out. So
Yeah.
I don't think you need a degree for a lot of stuff, especially if it's like a learned skill.
No, nowadays it's insane. I mean, there's tutorials, there's YouTube, you can pay for classes. When I was a kid, there wasn't any of that. It was like you found one person that drew cool, and then you're like, oh my god, I want to draw like that. But there was like the internet barely was out, so like you couldn't really learn anything. And anything you didn't want to learn, it was way too expensive. So people would go to college. Nowadays, I really don't think college is even necessary for a lot of things that are possible. Anyways, that's like a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I still think that if streaming ever did, let's say I got bored of it and I wanted to go do something else, I think I would put together a portfolio and try to go apply for a concept artist. I think I would.
I think you would do amazing at that. So
Thanks. I appreciate that.
The fun thing about streaming, being on the internet, and meeting a bunch of people in similar areas like that is that a lot of people actually come from the industry and game design. So even if you were done with streaming, I could name quite a few people on, that also stream and probably could talk to afterwards of just kind of getting your foot in somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I would. I mean, like, that would definitely be. I like streaming a lot. Like, I'm so obsessed with the idea of streaming. Like, I like making VchiBan and being creative and being able to do whatever we want in podcasts and animations and music. And I love having that creative freedom. I loathe working for somebody. So I really think that if I do ever do that, I would be like in my retirement phase. Being like, I'm too old. Just tell me what to do. I don't want to think. Like,
Candii, how about you?
Oh,
What did you aspire? What did young Candii aspire to be?
This is okay. How many things can I say?
As many as you want, Candii.
I'm gonna just go because it's a lot.
Like you're gonna
wanted
leave the room?
Voice actor, animator. I wanted to be an art teacher. I wanted to be a lawyer, author. I wanted to be marine biologist. I wanted to become English teacher in Japan for a little bit, but like not like that didn't really eventuate, obviously, because I was like, that'd be really cool, and then I just never did anything about it. I had a lot of things that, and also like video games, making video games, like 3D modeler, writer / programmer, like to some extent. Basically, everything that I'm doing right now, sort of, except for marine biology. Like I kind of, because I managed to roll every single job that I want, and also lawyer a little bit. I thought that would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. There was like so many things. And when I say that, it's like, oh, I want to do that. Like I would tell people like as a kid, be like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do this. Like I wanted too many things. I envy people that are like have one or two things they're like really passionate about and they just want to do that. Like I feel like I'm so scatterbrained in terms of like my passions that there's so many things that I'm deeply invested in learning and doing that I'm glad that I'm a streamer because I get to basically do bits and pieces of everything, but I'm not bound to one single thing. I think that would make me lose my mind.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, expressing all your interests and fun things like that is content creation now. So
Yeah, we're doing basically like majority of that stuff, which is really sick. Also, what'd you go for college for? You said you went to college.
Yeah, do you have a degree?
So back in like 2010, I went to college and every year they changed the degree I was in. So it was called game design, but it wasn't coding. It was like the writing design documents, the art side of it more so / concepts.
Yeah.
And we would work with programmers, which is because there was a separate degree, which was game design degree, like coding or something to that extent. So technically I went to college for that, but I never finished because they kept changing the requirements for the degree. And I didn't know that I didn't really know how to work around my ADHD at the time. So I would just like flunk classes and have to repeat a bunch. And I just got to the point where I was like, I have to make money. I can't just stay in college forever. And then I went back to college for a little bit to do fine art, and I hated it. Because it was very pretentious to me. Because
Yes.
everything was
It was.
very anytime I would discuss like making money or wanting the kind of art that I wanted to do, people were like, yeah, but like what's the message? What's the meaning? Like they try to teach me how to like apply to be in galleries and apply for artistic grants so that I could just paint. And I was like, I'd rather just do commercial art and commissions and make money. And everyone was like, people would be like, I made this about the trauma that I inflicted. Like, I don't know. It was so not my vibe. So I left
I
that.
get that.
Yeah. But I only did 6 months of
100%.
that. Yeah, I don't, it's so weird. I love art and I love aspects of it, but the fine art industry and especially gallery culture is so detached from like, I don't know. It just doesn't.
No, I get it. I had a friend like that in
Yeah.
high school, and they were like like a really good artist. Like anything that she touched, like amazing. And like I would always be kind of jealous. I'd be like, wow, you're just so good at art. And she's like, yeah, I just really put into what I feel onto the paper. And I remember asking her this question and being like, so are you going to like for your job, like are you gonna like what are you gonna do? Like are you gonna be like a concept artist or an artist? She's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna see like what the world takes me. And I was like, that fucking could not be me. I was
I
like,
would die.
no. I was like, where's the aspiration? Like what are you gonna do when you're like in a pile of shit and like you have to pay your bill?
There
like,
was, there was one artist that we had to study for one of the classes, and their art piece was pushing an ice block across the city. It was performance art more so, and we had to, yeah. And so it was just very like high concept, and I was like, I can't do this. Although I will say because we had to do street art of some kind, and the street art that I did was, you know how they do padlocks on fences?
yeah.
For like relationships. I just went around and I would do like bondage ties on like the keychains and then like tie them upside down so they'd be like anti-gravity. So that like I would like flip them and then like tie them up, and then it was kind of like, oh, like what happened, like these relationships like might not to be together. I don't know. I was like inverting the meaning or whatever, and I was like, that's my art. And I think it did well, but that was like as far as I got with it. I was like, and then I just like looked at it and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then we had to do something that was like there was some park exhibit thing where we had to make a light show, and we'd had to physically go to this garden at night and set up fucking lights and make like a statement with the light. And I was like, fuck, dude, I want to draw like dicks. Like I don't want to. Why am I? What is this? I don't want to be here.
I will say one art thing that I did really enjoy that I know would make no money unless you were in like advertising or finance or something like that was photography. I did a photography class. I had like a Nikon camera, like the ones that you like like crank and then you like put like development film and stuff on it. You know, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. That was really fun. But I when I was doing it, it was more of a pleasure hobby than for a job future. Like I knew that I was going to be like, oh, this is going to be very nothing burger. Like this is just for fun, like for credit.
Yeah.
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 How about you, Rose?
Oh, I'm kind of like Candii, where I had a bunch of things, but the first one was actually something Candii said too. When I was a kid, I watched Animal Planet a lot and National Geographic and Discovery Channel, all that stuff. And I was like in love with Steve Irwin. And I told my mom that I wanted to marry him, and she said, he's married already. And I said, and? I don't care. I like him. I was like,
and whatever.
I was like a fucking toddler. Anyway, so I, watching all that stuff, wanted to be a marine biologist. And then Sailor Moon came on TV, and I was like, I want to be a Sailor Scout when I grow up. And then I wanted to be a mermaid, and then I wanted to be a psychiatrist, and then I wanted to be a manga artist, and then I wanted to be an elementary school teacher for art classes. And then I said, that sounds fucking awful. I hate children. Fuck that. And then I got my degree, and I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do now. And then streaming worked out, so...
Yeah, pretty much same. Like, it was just that like bouncing around being like, I like all of these things, and I don't know what I'm doing. And then streaming just worked out.
Yeah, I still like psychology-themed stuff, though. Like, even if I don't have a license, I find that kind of stuff just super fascinating and just like enticing, and I love picking people apart and understanding what makes them tick, and it just tickles me to get under their skin a little.
I wonder why that is, Rose. Why
So
you like to-
masochist.
That's not a masochist. What do you mean? That's more brat than masochist.
Well, sweet
Ish.
sound.
I do think that neurodivergence manifests, especially in girls or femme presenting people, in getting deep into the psychology of people and understanding how they work, because it makes it easier to fit in and mask.
I believe that. That makes complete
Yeah.
sense to me because every single neurodivergent person I know, for the most part, especially like feminine presenting people, do tend to be into that. Not all, but a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to understand people. If you're annoying me, just get away from me. I don't
It's
want to
not
know.
as fun to me, but
No, I don't want to know. Get away from me.
yeah, you're very.
You
I don't have
stress me
time for
out.
that shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
stress me out. I don't want it.
But inversely, Rose and I also get into situations where it's like we should have just gotten out, and then we're like, with respect, like, hi, why? I just wanted to understand. It's like, no, just get out.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Learn
But
my
see,
lesson.
I'm like that in like, I don't know how to say this. Like, I'm in this because I'm too trusting. Like, not like wanting to like learn about people. I'm more like too trusting. Like, I'm like, oh, like they're not that, like people aren't that bad, right?
Yeah.
And then I just feel, and then it fails every time, and then I'm like, oh fuck, people suck.
Not every time.
Not every time.
Well,
Not every
no,
time.
not every
Well,
time.
Yeah. What about you, Shia? What do
yeah.
you
What
wanna
about
be?
you?
I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I was pretty committed to that idea for quite some time, up until even high school. I was like, no, that would be pretty cool. I think that I could handle that. And I shadowed a veterinarian for a while, even
Ooh.
actually stood in on some procedures that they did. And after
Oh.
seeing that, I was like, I can't. I couldn't stomach it. I didn't like
Yeah.
it. Like, I just saw some operations and was like, I can't do that. So I just
Yeah.
pursued music. And it's funny because whenever you're talking about art students, I've never seen anyone happy in the art program and then kind of happy in the music, but more so just it's so competitive. Everyone was just trying to one up each other. And after experience it, that wasn't fun to me. But
No.
I mean, I trained with many like private teachers to kind of, I don't know, work up my music skills. I went and auditioned for many schools, but then after I did, I thought about it. I was just like, what am I even going to go to school for? Because someone told me right before I was about to commit to doing some kind of program was, hey, don't do this if you want to make money. Or you don't make money in this unless you get incredibly like lucky. Because there is either music education. I don't want to teach kids. I just don't
Right.
want that to be my everyday thing, which is also a very
Mm.
competitive thing. It's not guaranteed a job.
And it doesn't pay that
And then
good
there's
either.
music composition, which I wasn't doing a lot of. I feel like if I sat down and really wanted to commit to making music, I could. I know enough about it and took all the classes about it. I just didn't want to do that as a job, and that's not guaranteed money either. It's not, no one's like, what if no one likes my songs? You know? Or there's music performance, which again, unless you are the best of the best and everyone's loving you and you're blowing up on Spotify or not even that, it depends. It could be classical, it could be performance, whatever. It's just way too difficult, and so I went for game
Yeah.
design. Here I am, got my degree. I'm actually using it, so
Yeah.
here we
It's
are.
true. I mean,
It
you
is
did
funny.
use it for a while because, like, you had jobs, and then we did games for VchiBan. So yeah,
It is funny how game design ironically does overlap with VTubing a lot.
yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then also
I
the fact
was
that VchiBan
super-
makes games. But yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was super
Which
pumped
we
to
have a
be
game coming out
3D.
soon, by the way.
Yeah.
So, very excited
We are
about that.
working on another game. We're always, I feel like that's going to be something very consistent with us, is that we're always going to be working on something. And one of those projects is definitely going to be a game. We already have 2 games out. If you look up VchiBan on Steam, I don't know if you look up VchiBan, you might have to look up Gooba Ball or Meet Your Oshi. One of those will
Yeah.
pull up.
I'm excited to
Either one.
make games that because I mean I love making games that are directly referential to us, but also I'm excited to just branch out and make games just broadly with y'all as well. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I think that's one thing for me with this is like a total tangent, but like I have a lot of people asking me like, oh, Candii, like, because I like doing comics and art and stuff, which is also, I've done so many fucking things. But when people are like, oh, why don't you like do your VTuber like Laura as a comic? Why don't you do VchiBan comics? And I'm like, it's just because we are our characters, like we are who we are. So I feel like it's weird to like condense us down to a character in media sometimes, like in the same way that I would with like an original character. I feel like we could do more and be more dynamic and make things like, I don't know, just making stuff that's like original characters is easier in some ways.
Yeah. Because like sometimes talking about yourself is hard, especially like when you stream so much and then the character that you made for your stream self ends up just being like you're just you. So
there's also certain types of
hard
stories you're limited to because you don't want to make like because like not that we would do this, but mouthwashing, for example, like we couldn't do a VchiBan mouthwashing. Holy fuck!
No,
like there's like certain like game genres and
game.
things that would just
I don't know anything about that game. I just know it's popular.
Heavy topics. It's a horror game.
Heavy topics. Like it's got like
It's got heavy topics. It's got heavy
various
topics
of them
in
that
it.
you wouldn't want to apply to you as a person rather than a character to tell a story.
Gotcha.
Or like a Game of Thrones type thing. Like we're not going to be able to do that as VchiBan. Like
Fuck
you know,
your
like,
cousin.
that's what I mean. Like as in like there's so not that I would necessarily like. Oh boy, I'm so excited about my cousin fucking story. But like, but it's just like I have it's that it's like an interesting thing. Like as in the streaming space as like a VTuber being like, oh, I want to make media for my audience of myself, but it's still you on stream like every day. So it's like, oh, I saw a comic where like a bunch of really terrible things happened to you, like that Chrysalis, that butterfly manga that everyone memes on with the girl with the glasses and
Are
the
you
pigtails.
talking about Metamorphosis?
That one, the
That
Metamorphosis.
shit's so fucked.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do like that as a VTuber. You're not gonna do the Chrysalis
No.
VTuber manga.
No.
Sorry. I just overthink, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to like say like make Buff say something that she wouldn't say, or like do something that makes someone upset. Like it just that's like a unique concern of the media we make.
I think VchiBan will come out with games that are wholly related to VchiBan. I think there'll be like references of us in the games, but I know that at least you and Shia in particular really want to make just like games, like, and which makes sense. I mean, like we kind of practiced with ourselves and like did fun things that we want to do and whatnot. And I think Rose and I are kind of in the same boat where I'm just down to do whatever you guys want. Like I'm just down to if you guys want to make a game, like I'll there help. I'll help you guys. Like I'm down. So
Yeah.
I feel like Buff, I could imagine you doing something like Labubu adjacent, but not
Bobo.
No, I meant
me
like as
too.
in like blind box, like making blind box characters, like in like having like a mascot, like the pops.
It's so funny because Shia and I actually just talked about that the other day. Because Shia was like, I was like, man, it'd be so cool to like if I wasn't doing streaming, I think I would be an artist that sells figurines at like a Pop Mart or something like that. Where like, and because I remember when I was a kid, I used to make like little characters and they all look the same and like different colors. And I know Rose did the same thing. And I was just thinking about that. I was like, that'd be a really fun job. Just making like concept art for just like little characters and just selling them. Like that'd be really fun.
God, you're speaking so much to me right now. All I want is to have my own brand of cute little characters and mascots and all that kind of stuff. I literally have a billion of them, and I just want to do what Son X and like Hello Kitty, like Sanrio shit. I want it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Sorry,
That's
continue.
a dream.
It's my fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen with VchiBan? Maybe one day we just end up making little figures of, like, random characters or something or whatever. I don't know. It's very... I know that we've only... VchiBan's been a thing for a year and a half now. So, almost coming up on 2 years. So, this is, like, just the beginning when I think of, like, things that... I don't know, not, like, companies, but, like, when I think of startups of game industries or artists or whatever, like 2 years is nothing, dude. That's nothing. That's baby's play.
Yeah, we're a little babby ass bitch right now.
Yeah,
Right.
and,
Well,
and we've done so
excited.
much.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. We've done so much in a year and a half.
I know.
We have multiple games published, many animations under our belts, and just like so many more things that we've done throughout just the year and a half that we've been a thing. So
Yeah.
I'm excited because I know that at some point it's going to be like, okay, let's do something different. Hence, I mean, the podcast in general is like, here's our next step. Let's give that a go. Let's see how that is. Let's do it in the VchiBan way, which is, of course, we're all here in like a 3D space and we can like come over here and like touch each other and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can touch Candy's shoulder.
We talked about it. Well, I in particular remember saying that the podcast to me is kind of the the heart or the circulatory system of VchiBan, in the sense that it's gonna encompass and like every all the projects of like, I'm getting way too literal with the metaphor, but like different organs, like different like projects we do, and like, but with the podcast is gonna basically come with us through all of the things, because maybe we want to make like a game or something, but like the podcast will still keep going, and like we want to do like, I genuinely think like Rosa and Buff, you could do like the blind box thing. I could easily see you doing that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't know
It's not
where
gonna
life.
stop the podcast from being a thing.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know where life's gonna take us. I'm really. I think I talked about this on the first episode, but it was that question of, oh, like, should we be really making a group? Like, should I be doing something else? Like, what's the thought process of this? But the more I think about the group, the more I'm excited about the future, because I see us doing so many things and games and animations and whatever the heck that we want, that it's bound to, like, I don't know, it's bound to just put our life in a direction that we never thought of before. Example, like Candii, Shia, and I went to Poland one time because a game studio was like, yo, you should like come to Poland. Woo!
Yeah,
and we're like,
cool.
hell yeah. And then we went
was fun.
for like a couple days. And I never in my wildest dreams would I be like, yeah, one day I'm gonna go to Poland. Like, I don't know. So I'm really curious to see what happens in our lifetime and with all this stuff. So, and to be able to document it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, it can and be like the behind the scenes of everything that we're doing and working towards, regardless of how much people see out there. I mean, that was also part of making the podcast in general, is to be able to kind of talk about our experiences. I'm sure we won't get into it like right now, but there's plenty we can talk about. There's just so many things that go in to making all of it. And I know we were talking about it earlier, even with you talking previously about just being like, hey, be prepared. Doesn't hurt to talk to a lawyer.
Yeah. I for us would love to do vlogs of conventions.
Yeah, we actually
Because
did
Cinder
kind
doing
of
it
start one.
was- yeah.
I know. I see a lot of our friends doing it, like Cinder and Numi, and like they are so good at vlogging and like having a fun time. And like I think we tried to do one, but it never got edited, and we never ended up doing it. And then it just kind of was just like, like it's so far past that point now. At that, like, what's the point? But like, I don't know. I think vlogs would be really cool too, especially with the VTuber technology that you can have now. You can totally have, what's it called, yourself in like you can be 3D in like a RL sense now, like publicly, and record that. So like there's a lot of things that you can do.
I'm going to say this because I think it'd be funny.
What?
I feel like we should do a really dirty 5-minute quick edit of a bunch of the funniest stuff from the Poland vlog thing that we didn't actually edit together, and not make it a formal thing, and then just do one of the families behind the scenes. Because I want them to see my fucked up legs when I was sitting on that bus.
That was funny.
We could do that. I could
Like
do
just
that.
because it doesn't have to be
cute.
like, there has to be no, like, there's no like through thread type thing. Just like, because we definitely, there was definitely like lots of like little moments and things that we filmed, like, oh, like, what are you eating? Like, what are you eating? Like,
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause-
There was one time we called Rose because we were having her pick a dessert because we didn't know which one to eat, and Rose wasn't in Poland with us, and we were like, can you pick which one you want?
just like a really, just like a smash cut of like best moments, and it doesn't have to have like a through thread or anything like that. I think that'd be nice, because at least then it
I think
gets
that'd be cute.
not
That'd
to
be
put
cute.
pressure on anyone, but yeah, just
It'd be fun fancy content, so we just
Yeah.
put it on there.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Actually, that kind of gives me the drive to be like, all right, I'll sift through the hours of everything and mash that together. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't have to be
previously
long.
we were just,
It can be
yeah.
like really quick. It can just be like a
No, it's great. We'll do
3-5
that.
minute thing.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should do vlogs though more, especially because I know at least last year and the year before, at least Shia, Candii, and I went to a lot of conventions. We're trying to get Rose to go out to conventions. I think it'd be really fun for Rose to go out. But there was a lot of things that we did. Like there was one thing that I did. I was at like a Nikkei booth. I helped host like a game show for a game studio, which is Nikkei. And that would have been really cool to vlog. It would have been really cool to vlog that and like do that.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple like meet and greets that we do, and having the fursuit that I did. I had a giant werewolf fursuit at the Gamer Subs booth at TwitchCon last year, or I guess like technically this year, but
yeah.
But like, and I did that, and it was super theatrical and fun, and that would have been fun to vlog too, especially behind the scenes of me like dying in the suit, and so that stuff would have been fun. So like, I definitely want to do more vlog content for sure, especially if we're gonna travel and the podcast is gonna go do its own thing and blah 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 blah. You know, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below for what you want to see from VchiBan. Do you want to see more vlogs? Do you want to see us have an eating contest? Do you want
I want to do the Bass Pro
more feet
Pyramid.
pics? What?
Candii does want to go to the Bass Pro Pyramid.
I want to do a special episode where we go to the Bass Pro Pyramid.
Can we seriously go to the Bass Pro
Yes,
shop
we can
pyramid?
go. I'm
saying, I wanna go.
It's a hotel. I want it.
It's a hotel.
Vlog
It's a hotel?
I want to vlog it. It's
Yeah.
a hotel.
Yeah,
When
it's a
you stay
bowling
in
alley.
it,
Bros-
you get to stay in a room that has a balcony that overlooks into the store.
Rose, it is like, oh my God, I need to like get up for this. Hold on, wait, give me a second. I need to get up for this because, so here's, okay, imagine, all right?
Okay.
Imagine, okay?
I'm waiting.
I'm behind Candii. This is Candii, okay, right here. This is Candii, okay?
Perspective is making you look really, really
I know,
small
I like
right
stood
now.
up and I'm so
You got
tiny.
so much smaller.
No, okay, I'm gonna act, okay, don't look at me. Look at Rose and Shia right now. Okay, this is me.
No,
the
you're fine, you're
tables
fine, you're
turn.
fine.
This is
Okay,
me
go
standing
ahead.
up, okay? This is, okay, so
Dying.
Candii, okay? Candii, wait, I gotta get to my camera. Okay. Oh, well, my camera looks like shit because now all you see is my whatever, full body, okay? So this is Candii, right? Candii
Yes.
right here, okay?
Yeah.
The pyramid is like huge. Like it's like imagine me, Candii standing next to me, right?
Do you want me to just
Candii-
stand up?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
The size that you are. Okay. So Candii is a size of like a skyscraper. I'm the size of the pyramid. Does that make
What
sense
the
to you, Rose?
fuck?
So that's
There's
how
no way
big.
it's that big.
So that's how big the pyramid is, okay? And it's literally a pyramid, and it has listen to this. It has fish in it. It has fish in it, okay? Where it's just like it's like going to a little aquarium. And then when you go to the little aquarium, you can like sleep in the rooms and there's like dead animals all over the place. Like it's like literally going to like your uncle's house who does hunting. And that's like the entire place. And then you can like walk around and be like, la la la, I love fishy. I love looking. Oh, look at that waterfall. Whoa, there's a waterfall right there. It's so cool. It's right there, guys. It's really cool. And then
I feel
and then
like
you
Buff is trying to overhype it, but we're already
It's
sold
really
on
cool.
trying to be. We're
just-
already gonna go.
No,
I
she's
like the
cool,
dead
and I think we
animal
should go-
displays.
I
but
think
the
we
rest
should go
I'm on board.
to see the pyramid, and I really want to go see the pyramid.
I think
I'll
that she
watch
just
the
made a
pyramid.
lot of effort to be able to stand up, and now she's making the most of it. I think is what's happening.
I think so too.
It is a lot to stand up in a 3D
It
space,
is.
but I'm just saying
I'm
that
not
I think it
complaining.
would be really cool. Puts leg on table. I think it would be really cool, guys, if we went to the pyramid. Okay, I think it would be really cool. All right, don't tickle my feet. I think it'd be really cool if we went to the pyramid.
Great, let's do
Yes.
it. We're
Okay.
putting it on the list.
Yeah,
Guys,
put it on the list.
Hi.
put a comment down below where else you want to see VchiBan vlog.
Thumbs
I
up.
have a new phobia.
What?
Like just now.
Oh no, I saw a thing on Twitter where there's like a skyscraper and the garbage chute is just a straight drop from the top to the bottom, and when it lands, it
Ew.
sounds like an explosion. And then I was like, what if somebody climbed in that and then went all the way down? And then it got worse because I
Oh.
was like, well, how do they do garbage chutes in other buildings? And then I was like thinking in my brain, I'm like, what if it's like a system of like chutes that like so it breaks it up? And then I was like, what if you got stuck in the middle of the garbage chute system, like kind of like an air vent but worse? Like what happens?
You want to know what my
Dude,
first thought
this
was when you said that?
scary.
Is damn, I can think of a couple people I'd shove down that.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
just saying garbage chutes are scary as a concept.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm completely thrown off because Buff has now just relaxed back down with her
Okay.
feet back up on
Are we
the
doing?
table.
Are we doing? Are we okay? All right. No.
Is that what we're doing?
Is that what we're
Are
doing?
we just?
Okay.
Is that what we're doing? Are we all?
All right. I'm up.
Is that?
Guys, we need to chill. This has been a crazy.
I'm
This has been a
just-
crazy episode.
Oh,
I'm just. Listen, I think people forget that we can stand up. I can stand
it's
up.
true.
I can stand up and
It's
do whatever I
true.
want.
Oh, are we doing
It's
this
true.
now?
It's true. I can stand up. Oh no, but I'm kind of messed up. Oh no,
Why?
I'm good.
I can stand up.
I don't want to stand anymore.
Why?
I don't like this. I changed my mind.
I actually prefer standing. I think this is how we should do the podcast.
Kenny
like
thinks that we
standing,
should stand
but-
the whole time.
Well, like how long? I mean, where are we in the episode?
We are, Candii, we are at the end, so it's time.
Oh, okay. So we're just doing this now.
Yeah.
All
Wait, I
right,
want to
let
sit
me
next to Candii.
I'm sure
Let
the
me just
audio
scooch myself up, I
audio
guess.
listeners are probably the
Audio
people
listeners,
know.
let me paint you a word picture. All right. We're all just standing in a big, beautiful white void as we just go la 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 la. How the hell
Wait, what's
do I
the
move
Fortnite
myself
thing
up?
where they go like this? Where they're like,
Is it this? There we go.
This is turning into a dance party.
There we go.
episode 4, dance
Episode
party.
4.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on episode 4 of VchiBanter. Be sure to check out the VchiBan Dansley page for behind-the-scenes content and and more. Use code VchiBan at GamerSubs for 10% off. Check out our socials. Thank you so much for coming by. Love you all.
Love you. Bye.